ready. Read.
And with the triple garment, you know?
Really? Damn, you cats, bro. Remember triple garments back in the day was just a shirt.
Chilling up in the kingdom, chilling with Yahweh Shai and all the brothers and the sisters, cooling out, having fun, drinking yayin with Yahweh Shai up in the kingdom, yeah.
Who are we? It's brother. That who are we? Is
Israel.
who's the power?
Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's the power.
I said, who's the power?
Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom to everybody in class. Shalom to everybody online. Welcome to another live class here with ISVHBK. I'm Priest Qatazap. We're located at 231 FM 1092, Stafford, Texas. Our class days and times are Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 9, Friday from 6 to 8, Saturday from 10 a.m., give or take to around 2 p.m. All right, please feel free to join us. We got classes in Rochester. We got classes in Virginia. All right, their class times and days are Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 7 to 9 each day, Saturday 10 to 2. The address in Rochester is 1600 Lyle Avenue, what is that? Suite 1A. That's Rochester, Suite 1A, 1600 Lyle Ave. In Virginia, they're at 2610 Granby Street in Norfolk, Virginia. So again, their class times are Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Feel free to join for class live. It's better if you're there. Feel the ambiance, you know what I'm saying? Smell the frankincense and myrrh burning, you know what I mean? All that. So again, if you're live and you can make it out, please feel free. We welcome everybody to join class. We also got class in San Antonio every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 to 10. Saturday also. All right, they're at 4444 Walsham Road, Suite 201. That's San Antonio, Texas. So, you know, if you want us to come to your area, you got to hit us up, and we'll try to make it out. All right. If you want to, right now you guys are on YouTube, obviously, so you can check out all our previous classes that we've done on YouTube. That's ISVHBK live class or ISVHBK Houston. We got ISVHBK Rochester, San Antonio, Albuquerque. So once you go to the YouTube, all the other pages are going to be linked. We got ISVHBK Kids, 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Hidden Truth Bible Show, Israelite Media Corp. So again, you click on one, scroll down, you'll be able to see all the other linked channels. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the different channels. A lot of good topics that we've been over. A lot of questions asked and answered. All right, so you know, if your family or yourself is needing a little edification, hop on the YouTube and you can just scroll through our classes. And if you see one that's fitting, we try to title them appropriately to what we're going over. That way y'all can, you know, you can easily search what you need. Send them out to your family. Send them out to your friends. Let's get the word out. Trying to get on the YouTube myself. Right? If you need to contact anyone, you can contact me. I'm here in Houston. My number is 303-557-8979, or you can contact Priest Kazakia. He's out there in Virginia. His number is 757-300-4047. Feel free to hit us up. Text only during class. I'm on Facebook. We're on Instagram, so you can hit us up, but text is the best because we're not always on social media. Any questions, any concerns, any any classes that you guys might want us to do that we haven't gone over, or if it's been a while, hit us up. Hit us up, and we'll get those classes done for y'all. We got Hebrew Academy in Rochester, and in Rochester, Houston, and Virginia. In Rochester, it's every Monday from 7 to 9. In Houston, it's every Tuesday from 7 to 9. And in VA, it's every Wednesday from 7 to 9. So if you're local and you want to be part of Hebrew Academy, that's where we get into the intricacies of street speaking and breaking down scriptures and breakdowns and, just teaching brothers how to teach the right way and how to go over the scriptures and break things down, as well as marching, drilling, scripture drilling, things like that, which are very important. All right, so if you want to be a part of Hebrew Academy and you're in Rochester, Houston, or in Virginia, hit us up. We got a few businesses that we like to talk to you about. If you like to support, we got Israelware, right? And you can go to isbhbk.com/fringed up, and we have our fringed up subscription. I usually have a fringed up shirt on. I don't today, but a lot of brothers always have their fringed up, some sisters. And basically, every month you pay $35 or $75. For $35, you get a shirt with fringes and a biblical acronym design on the shirt. If you do $75, you get the headband to match. That's a monthly subscription. So if you like to help support the school, because we definitely need some support, we need the help, it's only us, you can do it that way. You can also check out our other business. We got Sweet Ambiance, which for the majority, everybody knows about that. That's our businesses where we sell the fragrances, the all natural fragrances, oils, body butters, bath bombs, aromatherapeutic oils, fragrant oils. So another way that you can support, you can go to sweetambiance.com. We have our subscription box. You can sign up for that monthly. We got different categories of what you can sign up for to get, bath bombs or just oils or body butters, whatever you want to do. Or you can come visit us in the malls in Houston or in Virginia or in Rochester or in San Antonio. Yeah, we in all four states. So you can do it like that. Any feast days coming up that Tabernacles is coming up, right? Trumpet. When is that? Do you know? Okay, well, I think we do have a feast day coming up. We're gonna make sure we get on top of that to start announcing it. So look out for that next class. Any donations that you guys want to give? We need the help. We got the rents to pay here in Houston, the internet, the lights. We got the rents in Virginia, the internet, the lights. We got the rent in Rochester now, the rent, the lights, the internet. Not yet, but whatever you can help out with, much appreciated, much needed. Any alms y'all want to give? Oh, I forgot Chosen Creations, right? You got it up there. We got another business, Chosen Creations, right? We make all the different armbands, and we do headbands and like engraved art, Israelite stuff. We're working on a lot of different projects. So again, if you'd like to support that, that's Chosen Creations on Etsy. Did I say it right? Etsy? Right. All right. So that's it for the announcements. I feel like I haven't done class in a while. Yeah, it'd be the same announcements. I just kind of went. But I feel like I haven't done class in a while. When's the last time I did class? It's been a minute. Feels like it's been a minute. But I definitely want to go over this class. The title of the class is A Time to Kill. And I'm going to say this. Before I go over this class, I'm going to give my disclaimer. This is not a class to make anybody feel bad, to make anybody feel less than, to make anybody, it's not one of those classes. This is a class as a reminder to brothers and sisters what you're doing and why the things around you happen. This one might hit a few people, right now. They might say, damn, okay, I get that. It might apply right away, or it might apply later. But a lot of us, we're getting the phone calls, we're seeing the news stories, of death, right? When you turn on the news, who in here watches the news? Yeah, you turn on just the local news. See, the local news is the worst because they let you know everything that's happening locally in your community. Right? And it's never nothing positive. It's never anything good. It's never uplifting. They might have one or two uplifting stories a week, right? But for the most part, they're always reporting that what? This person got shot in the face. This person sitting in their car and got ambushed. This woman was walking down the street and somebody stabbed her. This person was doing this and they jumped out the window. This baby got killed. This kid got locked in the washing machine, right? They're always giving us those stories, but does anybody take the time to sit back and ask, why is there so much death happening? Like, doesn't it seem like it's ramping up? Don't it seem like everything is death? Let me ask y'all this, and be truthful. Who's comfortable leaving their house? Just comfortable leaving their house. Like, there's a little bit of an apprehensiveness to want to be out there in them lanes, right? Why? Because at any moment you might cut the wrong person off, and they do what? They got the guns out. Y'all hear about the guy that pulled out the guns on the fire department? Right there on the street, right there off West Chase. That happened today. He pulled out the guns on the fire department. Yeah, right in the middle of the road. It's things like that where, the Most High is doing His thing. The people are doing their thing, right? And there's different results that come from the things that are being done. That was a parable. It wasn't that good, apparently. But I want y'all, let's start here, man. Go to, let me get this YouTube up real quick. Go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter, what chapter I want? 3. See, there he is. Go to Ecclesiastes 3. Yep, he's absolutely right. I want you to start at verse 1.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 1.
Right, because, just from what I've been seeing lately, it does seem like that death spirit is more out there. Things are ramping up. The devil knows his time is short. And what is he doing? Well, he's causing more panic and more chaos. He's causing people to act without wisdom and try to resolve their problems in a carnal fashion. That's just one aspect. He's causing people to rely on carnal means of getting through this life. So what's going to come from that? Well, a lot of death, a lot of destruction. You're going to get the phone calls. You're going to hear the news stories of people just losing it, man. Why? Because they're not relying on wisdom and knowledge to be their stability, like it says in Isaiah 33 and 6. So there's different times for different things, and it seems like right now, even though we're in that time of waking up, brothers and sisters waking up, but what's going to wake them up? What do some people have to see? They got to see people say it again?
Traumatic stuff.
Yeah, they got to see. It's like our people love to go through traumatic instances, and it's like they need death as the symbol to get right. And some people won't even budge to that. But what is the Most High doing to get His mission, His will accomplished? Well, He's putting a lot of our people to death And he's putting a lot of the world on display and taking them out. Think about all the weather. Think about what happened in Kentucky. Y'all hear about that? The floods? Bro, like 40-something people died in a flood. And you're like, a flood in Kentucky? What? Bro, people got took out. Men, women, and children. Right? Think about the mass shooting that happened in Chicago. Esau that was busting off the roof into the Labor Day crowd or whatever crowd that was. 4th of July crowd. Come on, he killed men, women, and children. Think about the Uvalde cat that went up into school. Nobody is safe. And this death, this spirit is ramping up because it is almost time. And all it's going to do is going to ramp up, slow down. Ramp up again even more, slow down. Like the scriptures say, like a woman in travail. When she gets those contractions, oh, they're 30 minutes apart. No big deal. Damn, they're 5 minutes apart. Oh, we got to start panicking. We got to start making moves, right, to the hospital. Oh, they're 3 minutes apart. Oh, they're 30 seconds apart. The baby is coming. But what's going to happen when the Most High puts that spirit out and every other day a school's getting shot up? What are we going to do? Where you can't go nowhere for fear of at any moment somebody could just let loose in the grocery store. Well, they already did that, right? Buffalo. They already did that, right? Oh, let's go to Target. No, I'm going to go to the good grocery store. It don't matter. That spirit is out there. So read that.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the sun.
And this is what we got to understand. What season are we in? What season is the Most High bringing forth on this earth? Go ahead.
A time to be born.
A time to be born. We know that's happening. That's always the season, right? Cats is always trying to have babies. Always trying to shoot the club up. Right? Go ahead.
And a time to die.
And a time to what?
Die.
And a time to die. Go ahead.
A time to plant.
Right?
And a time to pluck up.
Go ahead.
That which is planted.
Right. So there's the balance that the Most High has given us. Read on.
A time to kill.
A time to what?
A time to kill.
Yeah, and that's what the Most High is doing, man. He's killing people. He's literally putting people to death. And, you know, we sit here and we're like, oh, the Most High is doing this, the Most High is doing this. Truthfully and actually, as we go through the class, we'll really see what's putting people to death. But we like to blame the Most High for everything and Satan for everything. Nah, buddy. Most High said he ain't going to do nothing but sit back, but reveal his knowledge to us for us to understand why these things are happening. He don't got to put nobody to death. But there is a time to kill. There is a time to die. Go ahead.
And a time to heal.
Right.
A time to break down.
Right.
And a time to build up.
Right. So hopefully y'all are with me. Go to Isaiah 5 and 5 real quick. And if y'all got any questions on the topic, you know, as we go, y'all can raise your hands, as y'all know. But, I mean, we really got to see what's happening. We really got to see what's happening, not just... See, a lot of us are caught up in the little microcosm of our lives and our house, but there's things happening on a larger scale. The wars in Ukraine, the stuff with China, they ready to go to war. What they gonna do? Kill people. Ukrainians are dying. Russians are dying. And all these other little smaller countries that are at odds. Well, what's happening? The Most High is putting people to death. The Most High is allowing lives to be taken. Right? And you will sit back and wonder why. Well, why? Well, there's a reason why. Go to Isaiah 5 and 5. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 5.
Go ahead.
And now, go to. I will tell you what I would do to my vineyard.
Right, and, you know, specifically, his vineyard, his people. Remember, he says in Peter's that judgment will begin at my house first. Right? Judgment will begin at my house first. So he's going to let us know. Watch. Go ahead.
I will take away the hedge.
I will what?
I will take away the hedge.
Yeah, the Most High said he's going to take away the hedge. That covering, that force field, that shield, that's gone, baby. That been gone from Israel. Go ahead.
And it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof.
Right.
And it shall be trodden down.
You're going to read the verse 7. Go ahead.
And I will lay it waste. It shall not it shall not be pruned nor digged.
Think about it, man. Isn't that our nation? It's like our nation is like a field that hasn't been cared for. Things are just overgrowing, growing wild, right? Fruit is growing on the vineyard and falling off and rotting on the floor. It's like an undressed field. That's what the Most High is saying. Why? Because there's no husbandman to take care of it. There's no fence. There's no guard. There's no protection. Go ahead.
But there shall come up briars and thorns.
And what do you do with briars and thorns in a vineyard? Nothing. They're useless. Read.
I will also command the clouds that they rain, no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel.
So if you had any doubt, he's talking about us, man. He's talking about our nation, our people. Go ahead.
And the men of Judah, his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgments.
See, in Judah, looking for judgment. Go ahead.
But behold oppression.
But behold what?
Oppression.
See, and our people sit back and wonder, why are we oppressed? Why are we not getting the fair judgment and the equal treatment? I just watched a news story today and they're talking about like the economic disparity between natives, blacks, Hispanics, whites, and then Asians. And obviously the poorest men in America are who? Who is it?
Israel.
It's Israel, but the way they have it segregated, who is it? It's the natives. It's the natives, then the Hispanics, and then the blacks. Yeah, and you can only imagine why the natives are, why they ain't got no money. Think about it. They kick them off to a reservation. The reservation ain't nowhere near any type of civilization or anything modern that they could be, next to a city or things like that to get the equal opportunities. Right? So our people, they don't get the fair treatment. They don't get the proper judgment that they seek. Go ahead.
For righteousness, but behold a cry.
Yeah, we looking for righteousness, but we get what?
A cry.
Yeah, why did my baby get shot? Our moms are the ones crying in the streets, asking God why? Lord, why? Why did this happen to my baby? Why is my daughter, why did my daughter go missing? Why did you let her get raped? Why did you let this happen? Why did you let that happen? That's our people. Yeah. I know, it happens to the white man too, right? Little girl just got kidnapped in California. Y'all seen that? Yeah. Little Edomite girl. They gonna find her quick. They gonna find her dead or alive. I guarantee it. Give it 3 more days. She gonna be found. They're gonna be able to give her a proper burial, or they're gonna be able to say, "Oh, we rescued her just in time." But what happens to our women? You know how many women? You know how many Israelite women got abducted last year and they didn't find no remains, nobody, or it took them weeks, months, years? You know how many natives get kidnapped yearly that nobody even speaks a word about? Native women. It's a lot. Nobody is taking the account for us. Right? So where we at? Go from there. Go to Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah 9 and 19.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 19. For a voice of wailing is heard out of Zion.
Yeah, we the ones wailing and crying. Go ahead.
How are we spoiled?
How are we what?
Spoiled.
Go ahead.
We are greatly confounded because we have forsaken the land. Because our dwellings have cast us out.
Go ahead.
Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing.
Go ahead.
And every one her neighbor lamentation.
Go ahead.
For death.
For what?
For death.
Go ahead.
Is come up into our window.
And I know some of y'all get it. Why there's so much death and murder and killing amongst our people. I know some of y'all get it. But do you really understand? Like, I get it. Death is a thing. The scriptures say, for we needs to die, right? We need to die. It's just a thing that has to happen because of, going all the way back to Adam's time. But do you really understand what the Most High is trying to show us in death? What is he trying to show us in the death of the wicked? And those are the things that we got to look at when you're getting the phone calls, when you're hearing the news stories. You got to really sit back and you got to put things in the proper perspective of why am I seeing this? Some of us come from these areas. I grew up in an area I wouldn't want to move back to. No time ever would I want to move back to the part of Brooklyn that I grew up in. Right? I wouldn't even go there now as a grown man. There's no point because of the things that I do see on Facebook, the stories that I do hear. It's like, why would I put myself in that position? But what am I thankful for? That I ain't there dealing with that. I could use that as the tool, as the catalyst to keep moving forward. Right? What verse you at?
Verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And is entered into our palaces.
Right, you see that? He said, death is at our windows and is entered into our palaces. Go ahead.
To cut off the children from without.
Go ahead.
And the young men from the streets.
Right.
Speak, thus saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as a handful after the harvestman, and none shall gather them.
You see that? The Most High said, the carcasses of men shall fall like doo-doo in an open field, and as a handful after the harvestman. He said it's going to be bodies, man. It's going to be piles and piles of bodies. And really, when you look at just America, right? We always talk about that news app that I have. I hate looking at that app, but I'm going to show you. I went through that app in just a few hours. I'm going to give y'all some of these news stories. Just in a few hours. It wasn't even the whole day. Just a few hours, man. And I got like 5 or 6 stories just about death. People dying. People killing each other. Babies, women. Why? Because the Most High said that the bodies are going to just be piled up. Because there's a spirit on the people. And that spirit either has to be eradicated or there has to be something done for us to understand not to follow that. Right? So where we at? Go to Ezekiel. Go to Ezekiel 9 and 4. And what am I showing y'all in these first few scriptures? That there is a time for death. There is a time that the Most High says, look, go ahead and kill. There is going to be a killing. There is a spirit that's sent out there to literally kill people. So read Ezekiel 9.
God.
And you're going to start at verse 4.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4.
Right?
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Go ahead.
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Right? Again, see, go through Jerusalem. Go through our people, the so-called blacks and Hispanics. Right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and all those 12 tribes. He said, go through them. So if you go to each one of our people's islands or countries, what do you get? What are most South American countries known for? The beautiful weather?
No.
What are they known for? The damn gangs and how quickly they'll behead you, right? The cartels and the barrios and the favelas, right? The slums, the ghettos, the killing, the relentless, ruthless killing.
That's right.
Right? Our people are known for those things. Like, yeah, there's a flip side. There's a flip side to, the islands and the beauty and Puerto Rico and Cuba and all that stuff. But come on, what do we mostly always hear about? This person dying, that person dying, these people killing these people.
Right.
We hear about the death and we hear about the destruction. you don't really get the good. So the Most High said, go through the city, go through Jerusalem, read.
And say, mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
And this is what we got to understand, that if we're not sitting back and seeing the things that are being done as evil and as wicked, that mark is not in our foreheads, man. If we're sitting back and we're seeing all the carnage and all the death and the weed and the drugs and the killing, and we're not sitting back and saying, man, this sucks, then really what are you doing? If you don't hate, like, who said it? Jeremiah? He said, for the hurt of my people, I am hurt. Like, I'm at the point now, to be honest, where I'm kind of just numb. Because, again, when you sit back and you watch these news stories every single day, I'm numb to it all. I'm numb to the verdicts. I'm numb to the stories. Like, when they gave the white boys that killed Ahmaud Arbery, they gave them, like, life sentences all over again. I'm like, okay. What does that mean? Is that going to stop the death? Is it going to stop the destruction? Is it a justification? Is it a pacifier? Is it a Band-Aid? What is it going to change that they gave these 3 white men a life sentence? Or the dude that killed George Floyd, Chauvin. What does it change that they threw him in jail for, what, 30 years? What does it really change? You guys ever ask yourselves that? Yeah. Like, what do you think is going to change, Michael? You're damn right. It ain't going to change nothing. It ain't going to change nothing because it's not about, this thing is not about them. This is about us and our people and the way we do things and the way we move towards the Most High. This ain't about Esau. See, we get it so twisted, like, oh, the white man and the nations, and they got their part to play. But when are we going to start playing our part? That's the question, right? When are we going to start doing the things to, like, when are we going to start doing the things that acts as the blood of the lamb on our doorposts to stop that Passover, that death angel from coming around us? See, and I'm not talking about us in here. I'm talking about, because obviously in here we're doing that, right? We show up every week for class. We try to get around. We try to apply the scriptures. I'm talking about our people as a whole, man. You got, they out there in Rochester, they're on a state of emergency right now for the amount of bodies that's dropping. They're shooting up cops. They just going, it's like the Wild Wild West out there. And that's just Rochester. If you know how big Rochester is, bro, Rochester is the size of damn Stafford. It's small. It's small, so everybody knows everybody know where everybody's at. But the point is, when are we going to start seeing that this is affecting us? There's a disparity in everything, and it affects the Black and Hispanic community the most. It affects Israel the most. When we die, they make a big deal of it. When we kill somebody, they make a big deal of it. When Esau's out there killing, they brush that thing under the table. Right? They act like it ain't happening. They barely convict themselves, like the scriptures say. They murder and they hold themselves guiltless. But when it's us, it's this big blown up thing, because it is, because we should be doing better. But what does the Most High have to always do to try to at least get one of us, 2 of us, to wake up out of these hoods? It's sad because you got a lot of brothers coming into the truth now based off of what? Seeing their friends dying. Seeing the homeboy get shot. This is happening in this hood. This is happening in this hood. The people getting high, the drugs. You hear the whole... This might give y'all a chuckle. So remember fentanyl? That was the drug that you just shouldn't touch, right? Because it can kill you on contact. I watched a news story, and it was the things that this woman was saying. I watched a news story where the woman said, oh yeah, they smoking fentanyl straight. Think about that. Because it's 20 times more potent than heroin. And she said, it might be a good thing that they're doing that. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, well, because, the reason why I say it's a good thing, because, it limits the needle use of heroin. I'm like, dude, they're smoking fentanyl. You touch that, a little bit on your tip of your finger and you're dead. But she's like, well, people are just getting so used to it. Their tolerance is going up. Like, what the? I'm like, whoa, are you insane? So now now people are smoking fentanyl to get this retarded high, because heroin don't cut it, crack ain't cutting it. K2, spiking the weed with embalming fluid, dipping, sprinkling some crack on the blunt. That ain't doing it no more. So now we got to smoke. I never even seen fentanyl. What is it? A powder? It's a cutting agent. They use it to cut, right? So now we can smoke this fentanyl straight, like crack, right? And that's that. But look at what our people like. Instead of saying, "Damn, these things are destroying me," we like go to the next damn level. We take it to a higher degree of wickedness. So what does the Most High got to do? Well, read.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Go ahead.
To the midst of Jerusalem.
Go to who?
The midst of Jerusalem.
Yeah, you so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. The ones that are crying for food stamps and crying for reparations and crying for equality. You're not going to get that if fentanyl is on your mind, if murder, if killing, if rape, if robbery is how you're going to live. You're not going to get those reparations, and you're not going to keep your life. Go ahead.
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
See, but what the Most High is doing, he's setting those elect to the side. The ones that are trying to stand up. The ones that are, first and foremost, the brothers and sisters that are standing up for themselves and making changes within themselves. That's first and foremost. You can't sigh and cry about not a damn thing until you work on you. So he's setting them apart to work on themselves because they want to. They see the beauty in the change. They see that living how the world told us to live, it wasn't profitable. Right? He's setting them aside to get cleaned up so they could be an example of change. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing.
Go ahead.
Go ye after him through the city.
Go ahead.
And smite.
And do what?
And smite.
Yeah, and this is what the Most High is on. Most High is smiting the cities, man. He's smiting our communities. You got to see it. He's smiting the women, the children, the babies, the old people, the young people. Everyone is fair game. Go ahead.
Let not your eyes spare.
Read.
Neither have ye pity.
Go ahead.
Slay utterly old
Right.
and young.
Read.
Both maids and little children.
Both who?
Both maids and little children.
Yeah, from the young virgin maid to the little children. Why? Because this ain't about looks. See, our people think, oh, he was so handsome. Why did he have to die? Oh, she was so beautiful. How could the Most High take her? What is he looking at when he's sending these spirits out to smite the city? And he's taking out the young, the old, the maids. He's looking at their spirit, man. He's looking at, he's looking at their works. He's looking at how they live their life. Are they attached to righteousness or wickedness? This ain't got nothing to do with looks and height and hair color and eye color. It's got to do with where's your mind towards the Lord. Go ahead.
And women.
Right, and who?
And women.
Yeah, your husband, he can't save you. Your own righteousness is going to save you. Your own works. So when you see the news and you got women out there putting bullets in other women, you got women, like, man, it's crazy because this is another spirit that's ramping up where you got a lot of these women committing these crimes that men would commit. I don't know if y'all been seeing it, but the women, man, it's been a bad summer. But you got these women, man, they're doing these, I mean, I'm talking about you got women just walking up to grown men and popping them right in the head in broad daylight. Come on, remember back in the day, a woman, she would be, and she would just lose it, right? She'd be trembling. Now you got women, man, they pulling the 22 out the purse and blowing cats away. They straight shooters now.
Right.
What's that?
2 weeks ago, here in Houston, a woman set her dude on fire at the gas pump. They got in an argument. He was in the back seat, losing with the gasoline, set him on fire, and drove off while he was on fire. And then he died. 25 years old. She was 24.
See what I'm saying? That's the spirit that's going around our people. I'm gonna pump gas into the car and light his ass on fire because she might have went through his phone and saw that he was texting some little thirsty chick on the side. Come on, man, you got sisters chopping cats in the head with axes. Damn, they're chopping their heads off. Behind what? The spirit of jealousy, the spirit of envy. No wisdom. That's the spirit that's out there. Your significant other could be the one that brings that death, that brings that spirit in your house. But what is it that keeps us, or supposed to keep us, grounded away from being in these predicaments where that spirit goes through the city and that death comes to your window? It's wisdom, man. It's knowledge. It's understanding. Because that spirit is at everybody's window. Y'all know that, right? That break-in demon, that kick in the door demon. I watched a video the other day, a few days ago. Some dude tried to do a home invasion and push through old boy's door with his whole family in the house. You know what saved him? The dog. He didn't know he had a dog. This damn pit bull came and he had the camera. Like, for some reason, it was facing his damn kitchen table. Bro, that pit bull came from around that corner and jumped on that dude, and he was like, "You done?" And he was like, "I give up." Bruh, he was like, "You done?" He just let that dog chew his ass up. I'm like, dude, at any moment. See, some sisters, some of y'all got it twisted. Like, the long hair and all that's gonna save you. Your what is it? Your 130-pound frame. That ain't gonna save you, because that death is at that window. Death is at that car door. When you ain't looking and you mouthed off to your husband and you hopped in the car and you ain't looking, and that spirit is lurking to do what? Hit you with the fentanyl blanket and pull you into their car. But somehow the Most High intervenes. No, not yet. Give her mercy. Give her grace. When you're moving around in the spirit or out the spirit, because you out the spirit, so that means what? You're in the demons. You out the spirit, but you dancing with devils, right?
Okay.
What's saving you? That grace. But that spirit is constantly knocking. Why? Because there's some loony out there that just got high. There's some loony out there that got to prove a point. There's somebody out there that wants to kill somebody. They want to put somebody else to death. They want somebody to feel their pain. There's some dumbass out there that's ready to shoot his op. Right? That's the op, but all the kids is behind the op. I don't care about them kids. I see my op. Right? I'm going to let off. Miss the op and hit everybody else. Damn. That's how niggas be hit. Yeah. Damn, I missed him. He just sat there the whole time. You missed him. And you shot all his kids, shot his woman, shot the dude down the block, bullet straight through the house, hit Granny in the head. Them demons, listen, every time I hear a shot by my house, I'm like, damn, man. That a bullet could just anybody in the house. That's all you're going to hear. And then somebody laying there bleeding out. That can happen. You know how many times I've heard that story? Gun goes off in the house next door. What was it? dude was like laying in his bed or something. And I think his son was like in the next room playing with the gun. It went off and he, bam, right in the middle of his head. Wife lay right here. And the bullet just came and killed him. Boom. Manslaughter. Involuntary manslaughter. It happens that quick. Look at the damn cement truck that fell off, what was it, 59 over here? It killed the little baby. Come on now. That spirit is knocking. He's peeking through every window like, is she off? I'm ready. Oh, you rolling up that blunt up in there. Oh, okay. You trying to give me entry. Oh, masturbation. Oh, okay. Evil thoughts, negative. Okay. Because that, knocking at your window, man. That spirit is going through, but what is it? Why does it hit some and not others? That's the question you should be asking. That's what I ask. I'm like, dude, at any moment, stray bullets can come from anywhere. Because I don't know if y'all know this also, everybody got a gun. Bro, they sliding through that mall with it on their hip. They in restaurants. Because Texas is what?
Open carry.
Texas is open carry. But you know how many concealeds I see? All the cats with the little fatty pack strapped across their chest? Best know. Guess no, they got a baby 9 up in there. They got the baby 45 in there. Just know. Right? What's up, Dion? Remember Dion with the tatted hairline? Yeah. Man, the cats you'll never expect. Like, oh, I got it on me. Got what? Oh, I never leave home without it. Like, damn. Going to the gym. I remember I was walking out the gym, and Esau had like this, like the chest bag or whatever, and right there, gun was like his chin could pull the gun out. If you want, it was so close. It's like if he spoke, the gun would go off. Yeah, he pow, 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 like, because Esau, bro, they trained. They be like, and he'll dump off a clip before you even knew what happened. Because they be on that. But are you protected? That's the question. Are we doing the things to keep us in the mode of protection where the Most High says, no, I got that hedge on you. No, I got that protection on you. No, I'm going to cover you. What are we doing? Go ahead.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Right, are you marked? Are you sealed? Are you sealed away from the negative? Is your mind geared towards, man, this is wicked, this is off, or is it, man, I need to be out in them lanes. I need to be seeing what's up with them streets. See, it's a mentality first. And if your mentality is not there, man, sometimes you ever wonder, like, damn, why did that happen to that person? Or how come this, or how come this person's going through this? Well, people go through things for a plethora of reasons. But one reason is for other people to sit back and be able to observe said person going through their battle, to understand how to go through things. They're your walking experience. Then a lot of times you sit them down, man, so what you think happened while you went through such and such? All right, well, a person that's in the right mind is going to say what? Yeah, I was being wicked. I was doing some off things. And the Most High was checking me. A person that's in denial is going to do what? Excuses. Oh, man, I'm just living like Job. Just feeling it like Job. No, you're not. Ain't nobody catching it like Job. La-ah, sis. La-ah, sir. We catching it because we deserve to catch it.
That's right.
In Ezekiel's time, they deserved to catch it. And there's many other instances in the wilderness, man, when the Most High said, who's with Moses? Stand over here. I think I'm going to get to it. Right? And all the priests, all the sons, they all went on Moses' side. He said, go kill everybody else. They just start slaying cats. Why? They deserved it. Fiery serpents, they deserved it. Ground opening up and swallowing, they deserved it. People turning into lepers, they deserved it. The Most High is not going to put something on people that they don't deserve. Right? So, where you at?
Verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Huh?
and begin at my
And
sanctuary.
he said, go to the damn leadership. Go to the ones that know better. Give me the one, judgment begin at my house first. It's in Peter's. Might as well, right? He said, begin at my sanctuary. Go ahead.
Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain.
Damn. Why? Why show everybody that death and that destruction? Cats sitting there. Remember, they weren't going through like with needles and injecting people and they were just falling out and you didn't see no blood. Bro, cats was getting beheaded, thrust through, arms cut off, guts cut out. These were brutal deaths. Babies bleeding out. These were brutal deaths. When you're going through with a sword, you're not caring about how to make it look good. I'm going to be surgical with this. Hell nah, bro. Cats was getting hacked in pieces. Imagine seeing your little baby laying there hacked in pieces. Why did the Most High want us to see that? That was the example of what not to do. That was going to be for some the moment of pure swaying, of pure sealing. Like, oh no, I'm in there. I get it now. Damn. Most High ain't playing, right? Think about, and don't our people sometimes need that sign? Though we shouldn't need them, but we do. We do need to see death around us, to nudge us. We do need to see the destruction around us to nudge us. It's sad, but it's true. What you got?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17.
Right?
For the time is come,
Right?
that judgment must begin at the house of God.
You see that? The house of God. Go ahead.
And if it first begin in us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
And that's the thing we gotta really sit back and understand. We in here fighting. We in here fighting and getting checked, right? And the Spirit is dealing with us. But now ask yourself like the scripture asks. If it begins with us and we got to go through the checking and being the example, what the hell is the end of them going to be? If you're just getting a check, a talking to from a brother or sister, a counsel, right? What they going to get? Ain't nobody counseling the world. Ain't nobody out there counseling the chicks on this and that. They don't want to hear that. Right? Ain't nobody counseling the drug dealer. He don't want to hear that. He's like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this drug thing. I'm gonna keep these drugs going. What verse you at? Where you at? 1 Peter what?
4 verse 17.
This is the book of 1 Peter 4 verse 17. For the time is come,
I'll read it again.
for the time is came,
Right?
come that
Begun, pick up. Pay attention.
4:17.
Yep, read it again.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17.
Make sure you're reading along. Go ahead.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
Yeah, man, the Most High is judging his people. Look at our neighborhoods. That's all I'm going to say, man. Look at our neighborhoods. Look at the news. Don't close it. Just let it stay open so it can dry. Look at the news. Look at the things that's happening with our people, with our children. Most High is judging us. And he's judging the ones that know better. But think about it. We know better. The punishment seems harsher because when the Most High hits us, he hits you for what you know. But the good thing is he does have that grace and have that mercy. He has that grace and mercy on the ones that are willing to hear, on the ones that are willing to sit back and get the counsel. But again, in the world, they're not getting counsel. They don't want to hear that. So what does he got to do to them? He got to kill them. He got to put them to death. Go back to
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 7.
Right?
And he said unto them, defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain.
Read.
Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city.
Right?
And it came to pass, while they were slaying them, and I was left, that I fell upon my face
Right.
and cried and said, Oh Lord God, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem?
Nah, of course not. Because there were men that were sealed. There were men that were marked. There were men that didn't partake in the abomination. They didn't have nothing to worry about. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Then said he unto me, The iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great.
And this is what we got to understand, that the things that our people do daily and continue to do. It's great atrocities, man. It's exceedingly great. We haven't even begun to see the level that the level of fury that the Most High is ready to pour out. The little news stories here and there. Now, if you took all 50 states and you compiled a death toll daily of just Israel, you say, man, that's insane. But it still ain't at the height that it could be. Why? Because a thief gets away every day. A murderer gets away every day. An adulteress gets away for a little while longer, and they think, what? Oh, I'm going to do more thievery, more adultery, more lying, more cheat, more stealing. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. It's set in the hearts of the sons of men to do wickedly. So the Most High got to sit back and wait for what? That wickedness to come to its full height. Go ahead, read on.
And the land is full of blood, and the city full of perverseness. For they say, The Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth not.
Right.
And as for me also, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head.
See that? That's the point. Did the Most High just go out and just kill for no reason? Oh, just slay everybody. No, he said, I'm going to recompense their way on their head. So the next point you can write down is basically what you put out. You reap what you sow. Let's make it real simple. You reap what you sow. And like I told you, I was going to give y'all a few news stories. Just what caught me. I jumped on the little news app and I scrolled down. I went to local, scrolled down. The things that were just happening, don't do that. Just leave it open. The things that were happening within that hour. Houston nurse kills 6 people in fiery crash. Man charged with murder in deadly shooting of man, wounding his girlfriend in Southwest Houston. Man dies after crash, causing 19-year-old driver in Houston Southside, police say. Woman holding 1-year-old killed after these are different stories. So the Houston nurse was one story. She killed 6 people. They burned. Another man was charged with a murder of a man and wounding his girlfriend. Another man, that's another story. Another story, a man dies after a crash caused by a 19-year-old driver. Another story, a woman was killed holding her baby after shooter walks up and shoots her. Think about it. She got a baby in her arms. And somebody just walks up and blows her ass away. I mean, damn. Remember the time when there was some sympathy? Remember the criminal code? Right? I don't kill babies and women. Right? Remember that? There was a code. Now it don't matter. Now it's collateral damage. Now it's, that's part of the game. Chalk it up to the game. Right? What else? Oh, and then let's not talk about national news. Y'all see what's going on in New Mexico? The dude that was going around killed like 5 Muslim men. Oh, yeah. They caught him. But think about it. He took out 5 dudes in the last week and a half. Just killing cats, man. No, they don't know the motive. They don't know what the hell's on his mind, but they just know he's taking people out. So there's a spirit that's out there. I mean, we know that spirit is out here in Texas. It's definitely out here. We know. Y'all watch the news in Philly? Oh, my God. If you ever watch the news for Philadelphia, it makes you never want to ever leave. You would never want to go to Philadelphia or the East Coast because that place is a zoo. It's literally death after death after death after death over stupid stuff. Over stupid things, man. There was one story, the woman, she bumped into the dude at the grocery store by accident. It was on camera. She like nudged into him and he was all pissed off and she was sitting there apologizing. You know, my bad. Sorry. It was an accident. What does this guy do? He follows her home and damn shoots up her whole front of her house while she's walking in with the groceries. Followed her home and just start dumping off of her accidentally bumping into him. That's the level that people are on, where an accident now turns into straight murder. I don't know, she didn't die. I think her husband, he got grazed. This happened a while ago, a couple of months ago. I think he got grazed by a bullet went through the house. Man, I just seen one the other day, man. This cat, this one was, it's not funny, but it was, the way the dude was doing it. He pulled up to somebody's house, they got it all on camera. He hopped out the car, he's dancing with the gun, and then he just started hitting the house. Dude had the Draco, just, and then he hopped back behind the car and he's just dancing with the car. And then he gets over the car, hops in the car, leaves. 3 hours later, comes back, dances in the street, runs around the front yard like it's a video game. And literally is like, they got him on camera. He's running and shooting like somebody's shooting at him.
Damn.
It was hilarious. And I'm like, yo, what type of demon is this? That he come back 3 hours later to dump on the house. What type of demons are out there where you shot the whole house up and then it wasn't enough, you had to come back 3 hours later and let off more rounds? That's what's out there, though. That's what's waiting. That's what's waiting. So when he said, I'm a recompense on your own head, we got to be careful what we're doing in these streets. We got to be careful of the things that we put out there. Go from there. Go to Galatians 6 and 7. We got to be careful because it is the time of death, man. It's the time to kill. This is the killing season. 50 Cent said it. He said it's the killing season. It's hot out this trick. That's a good enough reason. Think about it, though. When you go to these spots like Rochester, and you go to New York, and you go to Philly, summertime, bruh. See, it's different here in Texas. You know why? Because y'all don't be outside like that here in Texas. And when I say y'all don't be out like that, meaning I haven't seen it yet where I go anywhere in Texas and there's 20 niggas on the block chilling at the corner, chilling at the bodega. Y'all ain't got it set up like that. Right? Because it's always hot out here, so you can get your op at any time. But New York, niggas is like, yo, I'm catching all the bodies I can before it get cold. I'm not trying to carry this over into the next summer. So I'm out, like, they like, yo, we outside? They be, bruh, summertimes is different on the East Coast because they literally be outside. Like it's a video game. They got the PS controller, that's the gun, and they just pressing square. They pressing trigger. It's Black Ops. Because the opportunity, he said it's hot out this trick, that's a good enough reason. That's the killing season for some people because it's summertime. It's time to catch that body. And COVID didn't help it. Come on, COVID had everybody on lockdown. So everybody was on Instagram doing what? Flossing, talking crap over the Instagram. Nigga, I'm gonna kill you, your mama, this, that. I'm on live. Niggas going in, pointing the gun. Nigga, you know where I'm at, pull up. Right? Ooh, lockdown, over. Oh. Come on, man. Cass was getting bodied out in Rochester when I was there. To the point where, bro, they at the hospital finishing off the job. One cat got shot. They shot his ass up. Ambulance came, picked him up. Bruh, they pulled up to the ambulance. When the ambulance was in the bay of the hospital, they dumped off the whole bay to make sure they killed the old boy. That was last summer. This summer, they killing cops now out there. But they put in a lot of people in the dirt. So how do we, where is this coming from? Well, it's what you put out there. Read it, Galatians 6, 7, and 8.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 7.
Right.
Be not deceived.
Right.
God is not mocked.
Right.
For whatsoever a man soweth,
Right?
that shall he also reap.
Bro, what you put in that ground is what's gonna come up. You ain't gonna plant apples and get tomatoes. You gonna get apples. You're not gonna plant tomatoes and get corn. It doesn't work like that. It works like what you put in is what you get out. You live by, and we're gonna go there, but you live by the sword. You live the drugs. You live the Instagram life. You live the hot girl summer life. You live the turn up boss chick life. You live that life. You're gonna get what's coming to you from that life. Go ahead.
For he that soweth to his flesh,
Right?
shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know why that sentiment hasn't resonated with our people. Like, it ain't the more weed I smoke, the better life gets. It ain't the more people I kill, the better my life gets. It's, nigga, the more people you kill, the more people's after you. The more weed you smoke, the dumber you get. The more women you hit, the more possibility of having children and AIDS. There's no good effect from giving yourself all the way to negative, to giving yourself to carnality. Like, show me what spiritual thing I'm enlightened all of a sudden. Like, I don't understand why our people don't get it. But the white man gets it. The white man gets it. He knows. He's a carnal animal. So he knows the more carnality I pump, the more I got to be carnal. And the more carnal I'll reap. That's why they're into the reproduction and cloning and all that carnal stuff, trying to be God in a carnal way. They know if I'm gonna put my spirit in, nigga, I'm gonna get all I can. That's why they got all the money. That's why they're thieves, they're robbers, they're liars. They do all that. They know what comes from it. They get it. They're like, man, if I'm gonna be a thief, I might as well be the best thief. If I'm gonna be a liar, I might as well take a nigga's whole nationality with me. Right? But what we lying over? The dumbest things, man. We lie over the dumbest things, and we shouldn't be lying, is the point. But y'all see the point I'm making. The white man gets it. He's like, yeah, so if I just give myself wholly to this negative, I can be the best I can be in negative. Right? But if I give myself to the spiritual things, the Most High will give me some grace. But what about us? He'll give us way more. Go ahead.
But he that soweth to the Spirit,
Right?
shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
You see that? But our people ain't on the sowing to the Spirit part, because we about putting money to our ears and running up on the ops and robbing this cat and flossing on this, that, and trying to bag this chick and trying to chase this bag, and right? I need some new sayings. I got to start watching more TV. Or they still on the same thing, chasing bags and chasing bags. You got women chasing bags and men chasing bags, right?
Yeah.
That's where our people are on. They're rather give their spirit to those things and give their spirit to the gain. Not looking at, man, who am I going to affect? Who am I going to hurt? Go ahead.
And
That's it on that. So what, again, the drugs, the guns, the killing, the robbery, what else? The adultery. What else? Do our people sow themselves to? Or what else do they sow? What?
just being simple.
Being simple-minded, right? You simple ones, right? Just being simple, being ignorant, loving ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, right? Those are the things that our people are on, but isn't there death behind all those things?
Yes.
Go from there. Go to Jeremiah 2:19. So remember, this little section is you reap what you sow. Why did the Most High have to send somebody to go out and smite and kill and do this and do that? Because they were reaping what they put out. They were getting what they put out there. He said it. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 19.
Right?
Thine own wickedness shall correct
See,
thee.
the Most High ain't got to do nothing. The Most High don't got to do nothing. He says your own wickedness. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live the drug dealer life, you're going to end up like Tony Montana. They told you that in the movies. That nigga didn't ride off into the sunset. Say hello to my little friend. He barely was able to get it off. He caught a few and then he was able to bust back. But that's the fate of a drug dealer. You want to be a kingpin? You want to be a boss? Okay, well, let's look at all the kingpins and bosses. Let's see. Freeway Ricky Ross, locked. Tukey Williams, locked. El Chapo, locked and killed. Right? Big Meech, locked. Who else? Frank White. Larry Hoover. Right? The Hoovers, right? Who else? There's many. There's many that these cats are trying to embody that life. But look at these men. Right? Look at these men that our people try to embody in the rap and in the lifestyle. These niggas is dead and locked up and gone. Nobody would give a damn about them if they weren't rapped about. Nobody would know who Freeway Ricky Ross was if the fat boy didn't take his name. Right? If he didn't take his name, nobody would give a damn about a Rick Ross. No one would care about these people because like a flash in the pan, bro, like a smoke in your nostrils. They're here 1 minute, breathe them out, gone. Right? Yeah. Nobody cares. Name the local drug dealer. See my point? Name the local pimp. Name the local little fat hot girl. Nobody gives a damn because as one falls, another pops up. Because they're bound to fall. What wickedness have you ever seen that lasts forever? What I've been going through these captivities. I've been going through these captivities, and I'm starting with this Egyptian captivity. But I just been looking at Egypt and the fall of Egypt. Man, Egypt was so damn wicked and so off, and the white man just brought their fall. That last empire, that Byzantine Empire, man. But it was so off and so wicked. The Most High couldn't let that stand. But our people are like, no, we got to keep wickedness going. We got to keep putting our spirit in this, Holmes. We got to keep embodying this essay. Like, really? Are you serious? Like, we got to embody wickedness? We got to keep putting our spirit into wicked? Well, what do we get? Go ahead.
And thy backsliding shall reprove thee.
Go ahead.
Know therefore,
right,
and see,
right,
that it is an evil thing,
right,
and bitter.
And how do we see that it's an evil thing? Well, the death around us. I did a class about why we die a while back, and that was just like one aspect of death, you know. But we don't have to die. We don't have to go out in this blaze of glory, right? I'm gonna go out shooting. I'm going out on my sword, on my shield. Really? So what's your shield? The faith? Or is it the shield of crack? Which one is it? Is it you got the helmet of salvation, or you just a hard-headed nigga? Which one is it? Because you're gonna die, but as what? As what? You're gonna suffer in this life, but as what? Well, the scriptures say don't suffer as a murderer, as a liar, as a cheater, as a stealer, as a robber. But they suffering out there here as those things and then dying behind those things. Because that's what they're sowing themselves to. That's what they're putting the effort into. Go ahead.
That thou hast forsaken the Most High,
right,
thy power.
Go ahead.
And that my fear is not in thee.
Right. And see, that's the point. The fear of the people. The fear of our people is not in the Most High, man. So how does he got to invoke that fear? He got to put some of them in the dirt. Yep. He got to make us fear and see like, oh, damn, I'm glad I ain't there no more. I'm glad I'm not around that person no more. I could have been there with them when they caught that judgment. I could have been in the passenger in the car where the bullet hole is in the headrest. That could have been my forehead, my chest. We see it all the time, don't we?
Yes.
Cat pull up and just spray into the car. The person that was meant to be hit, they get to live. And all the innocent victims are in the car and they're like, why? What? Well, you shouldn't have been with that person. But guess what? We get to sit back and see. I get to look at all the old homies and all the old homeboys and all my niggas, right? And I get to look at Facebook at a distance. Oh, that's what y'all on? Oh, damn. That sucks. And not have to be engrafted into that life. Not have to be about what they're about. We all get to do it because we've been pulled from that. Go from there, go to Proverbs 11 and 5. Proverbs 11 and verse 5. Right? Proverbs 11 and 5. Go ahead, read that.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 5.
Right?
The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way,
Go ahead.
but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
You see that? The wicked is going to fall by their own wickedness. The things that they put out there is going to be the thing that come right back around like a boomerang. The Hindus call it karma. We call it, what? We don't have a specific word for it. But we say you reap what you sow. The justice of the Lord. Right? Some people, oh, it's the universe. The universe self-correcting. Whatever the hell you want to call it. No matter what concept you believe in, guess what? You can't escape that concept. It's one concept that is you can't escape. If you put negative out there, guess what you're going to attract? More negative. If you put hate out there, guess what you're going to attract? Hateful situations. If you put death and destruction out there, guess what is bound to be there waiting for you? Death and destruction. You know, one of the shows. Have anybody watched that that Godfather of Harlem with Forrest Whitaker? If you get a chance, watch it. It's a very good show. He's playing Bumpy Johnson, the dude that ran Harlem back in the 60s and 50s, right? But one of the craziest parts of the show is, and not to give it away, but he's pumping all this crack into the community. But then guess who he got to go rescue from crack? His daughter. His daughter is a crackhead in them streets. Because your own wickedness is going to correct you. The snares that you set for others, they're going to snare you in some way or shape or form. You can't pump crack into the community and feel like, oh, it's going to miss me. It ain't going to touch me. You can't have drugs and guns and all that stuff in your house and act like, oh, my kids ain't, I'm going to shield them from this. No, it's a spirit. It's all spiritual, right? So if that spirit wants to attach, it's going to attach. Read on.
The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them.
Go ahead.
But the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness.
I mean, come on, man. How many times the Bible got to tell us the same thing over and over? So you're going to get caught in your own naughtiness, in your own wicked thoughts. But that's what's happening to the ungodly. They're getting caught up in that lifestyle. Isn't it just that simple? I kill you. Your man get mad. He comes and he kills me or one of my homies. Then I get mad if I live and I bust back at you. And then it's this back and forth. We just caught up in the game.
Got the juice.
Yeah. It's just tit for tat. Vengeance for vengeance, right? Caught up in a lifestyle. Caught up in that circle. That hamster wheel. Read on.
When a wicked man dieth,
right,
his expectation shall perish.
But see, this is the difference. When the wicked die, what expectation does he have? He can't expect a damn thing. Not from the Most High, not from nobody, man. His expectation is gone like his spirit. Go ahead.
And the hope of unjust men perish.
Right, what verse you at? Go ahead, verse 8.
Verse 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble.
See that? The righteous, because remember, death is knocking. Who's that peeking through my window? Death. Death is driving down the street right next to you in the form of a drunken person leaving the bar. You leaving the mall, they leaving the bar. You leaving class, they leaving the restaurant. Death is on them roadways. Death is in the form of some nigga creeping through your neighborhood looking at the first person that's lacking. But the Most High say he does what to the righteous? Read verse 8.
Verse 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble.
Go ahead.
and the wicked cometh in his deed.
The wicked now gets put in your place, man. Give me the one in Job. He said, I found a ransom. Give me that one. He said, he said, if there be a messenger, it's like Job 6, I believe. No, not Job 6. Is it Job 6? He said, if there be a messenger, one to something, I found a ransom. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, give me that one. But we got to understand that death is always knocking, man. It's always there. That killer that's in your neighborhood that you don't know about. That nigga that just got let out on bail. Come on, they just let a dude out on bail that killed 2 people. They let him out on bail today. To do what? The last cat they let out on bail that killed somebody went and killed someone else. Think about it. Yep. 33. Job 33, 23.
Job chapter 33, verse 23.
Go to 24.
Verse 24. Then he is gracious unto him.
Go ahead.
And saith, deliver him from going down to the pit.
See, the Most High said he'll deliver the righteous from going down into the pit. Why? Read.
I have found a ransom.
Because he's going to put the wicked in your stead. He's going to put the wicked in that place to take that bullet, to get stabbed up, to get shot at, to overdose, to get kidnapped. Now, I'm not advocating for these things. We get there too. You get it? I'm not advocating for these things, but they got to happen. Most High said what? If there be evil in the city, have I not done it? Whew. Right? If there's evil in the city, have I not done it? Well, really, how did the Most High do it? Because he don't tempt with evil. All he does is just remove his spirit from that situation and let the evil come in. Because that evil is always pushing against good. You got those angels. It's just like how we were in the wilderness in Goshen. Not the wilderness in Goshen. How we were in Egypt. It's just like how the Most High had Egypt encamped with his spirit to where them plagues was bouncing off of Goshen like a ping pong ball and just banging on the Egyptians. I've been putting together this 10 plagues class. And the Most High he purposely said, okay, I'm going to make sure that this plague don't touch Goshen at all. After the 3rd plague, I believe. He said, I'm going to make sure that you're going to see that this ain't even going to touch Goshen. To know that I'm Lord. But think about what entity got to be involved to be able to deflect evil from you. But really, it starts with you. What you put out there. Are you evil-minded? Are you evil-spirited? Evil intention. Because what will happen is a man shall cleave to his life. And evil will cleave to evil. You ain't going to cast it out from you. You're going to accept it. So if you're argumentative, guess who you're going to buck into? Argumentative ass people. If you're contentious, guess what? Well, contention is waiting. Contention is waiting for you through contentious people. Right? Where we at?
Let's go to Proverbs chapter 21, verse 18.
You lost your voice? Oh, man. Proverbs 21 and 18.
Proverbs.
You got to move down, sir. Go ahead, read. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and a transgressor for the upright.
I mean, how much more can we go into it? Set the mark on them that sigh and that cry. Put them to the side and go through and rip everybody else that don't give a damn. Man, woman, child, baby, suckling, maid, old. This is what we have to understand. These are the operations of the Lord, man. This is the Jesus that I serve. That's right. This is the God. This is my God right here. This is my Jesus right here. Right? This is my Jesus. Right? I mean, I know and I'm not trying to sound harsh or insensitive, but we got to be real here. We got to be real here, because if you're inviting that to your front door, you got to know what it is you're doing. But remember that spirit is always out there lurking. When you hop out to pump gas, there's some weirdo waiting. When you walk into the gas station, to the grocery store, you ain't paying attention, you in damn La La Land, and there's some dude waiting.
Whenever you sin, there's a spirit that's sent out to get you, and the only reason it doesn't get you is because you're covered by the blood of Christ.
Yeah.
So when that spirit comes to get you, and it sees that you're covered by Christians like to say, I'm covered by the blood of Christ, right? When it comes to get you, and it actually sees that you're covered, it doesn't mean that it goes back. It has to go out and get somebody. So that's where that ransom comes in, where it just goes and gets somebody wicked. It's just like, think about when Moses' wife had to circumcise their son.
Mm-hmm.
There was an angel that was sent out. She realized it. She hurried up and circumcised them. But it's the same thing with us. When you mess up, an angel is sent out to get you, but you're covered. But the question is, how long will you allow
you have that
yourself
grace
to be covered? Yeah, before it's finally like, okay, where the Most High finally is like, you know what? I may not kill you, but I'm gonna have to let him do something to you, though. I'm gonna have to let something happen so you can see that it's real, you know. So,
well, we see it with the people in the world. We see it with our family and friends daily. Come on, you've had the conversation where you're like, man, you got to get right. You got to get off this. You got to stop doing. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to live that life. I'd rather live this life. They're getting the talk. They're getting the grace, right? They're getting the Most High speak once, yea, twice. But what men choose to do is just disannul and keep living their path, right? So go from there. Go to. Did you finish?
Yes, sir.
Go to Wisdom of Solomon 3:10. Dang, it's almost 9. Wisdom of Solomon 3:10. Oh yeah, I'm almost done. Wisdom of Solomon 3:10. Read that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imagination.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just the bottom line. The ungodly is going to be punished according to what they can imagine up and the mischief they can get into. Nobody has to invent death. Nobody had to invent how to kill a wicked person. They invented it themselves. Go ahead.
Which have neglected the righteousness.
They have what?
That which have neglected the righteous.
Yeah. Hey, look, nah, man, you got to stop doing this, man. You got to get right. You got to this. You got to that. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I want to be a nigga-lite. You know? Right? Nah, somebody said that to them. I don't want to be an Israelite. I want to be a nigga-lite.
whoa.
Yeah, but guess what? You die in the streets like a dog. Those same people get laid out by niggas, by a realer nigga than them, because the Most High is not mocked. Right? Go from there. Matthews 26 and 51. Matthew 26:51. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 51.
Right?
And behold, one of them, which were with Yahushua,
Right?
stretched out his hand and drew his sword,
Right?
and struck a servant on the high priest.
Right? So this is where they were coming to grab Yahushua up. And who was this? Peter?
Peter, yes.
Pulled out his sword and he cut off the high priest servant's ear. Go ahead.
And smote off his ear.
Read.
Then said Yahushua unto him,
Go ahead.
put up again thy sword
Read.
into his place.
Come on.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
No, they're going to live by the sword?
Perish with the sword.
No, the sword is going to uphold them?
Perish with the sword.
Yeah, all they that take the drugs, all they that live by the alcohol, by the adultery, by the lying, the cheating, the stealing, all they that want to live in iniquity, they're going to die in their iniquity. He said the unrighteousness, where is it? It says the unrighteous will die in their unrighteousness.
God.
Or and the faithful will live in their faithfulness. I think it's in,
Ezekiel.
yeah, somebody get that.
God.
Read that again. Verse 52.
Then said Yahushua unto him,
Right?
Put up again thy sword
Go ahead.
into his place.
Go ahead.
For all they that take the sword
Right.
shall perish with the sword.
Because you know what's cold about that? That was carnal, but check this out. Read on.
Thinkest thou
Right.
that I cannot now pray to
Now
my
what?
Father?
Now what?
That I cannot now pray to my
Wait, but
Father?
what is prayer going to do? But what?
Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father?
You see how Yahushua said, look, nigga, you got a sword, but I'm going to pray. You think I can't pray to my Father? He give me about 12 legions? A legion is like 900. A legion is like 900. He said I can get 12 of those if I prayed. Your one sword ain't going to do a damn thing. But see, our people haven't adopted that mentality that if I pray and have faith, I can affect things more greatly in my life. Right? I could do more with prayer and with faith and with wisdom than a gun, than with drugs, than living a certain lifestyle. We haven't adopted that, so guess what we got to do? We got to feel those pains, right? Did somebody find it? It says the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. I think it's in Esdras. Let's see. I might be misquoting. Faithful. Yeah, it's 2 Esdras 15:4. That's not the one I want. It says, for the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's not the one I wanted. X that. Go from there. Ecclesiasticus 7 and verse 1. This is Asa's favorite scripture.
God.
Go read it, Noah.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 7:1.
Right?
Do no evil,
Right?
so thou shalt no
Harm?
come unto thee.
Yeah, he said, do no evil so no harm will come unto you. So, I asked the question earlier, who's apprehensive about going out and leaving? And I ain't gonna lie, I don't get in my car and think like, oh my God, what's gonna happen as soon as I start driving? Or when I get to moving. You know why? 'Cause I know I'm not out here doing evil. I know I'm not out there partaking in the filth. I believe that the Most High got me covered. Right? Now, do we not watch? Do we not move circumspect? Of course. Of course you look for the evil. You look for the cat walking up to you, acting weird, moving weird. Even in the mall. They'll tell you when I'm in that mall, I'm talking to them, I'm looking over their shoulder. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking, I'm turning behind, I'm looking because at any moment in that mall, guess what? I mean, come on, it just happened in the mall 2 weeks ago where a dude shot another dude in the mall. The dude pulled out the gun in the mall, and old boy was carrying and popped him. Blew him away. MacArthur Mall, they shot somebody in MacArthur Mall right down from the cart last summer. I think there was 2 shootings in that mall. So yeah, do we not watch? Of course we watch. Of course you look for the cat that's moving funny and acting weird. But do you fear? No. Are you apprehensive? No. You can't be, because then we can't live a life of fear. But the only people that fear are what? The ones that are, remember in Hebrews? He said that fearful, looking for that fiery indignation. The ones that fear should fear. You can't move around fearful. But the ones that are fearful, there's a reason behind their fear. We move around, I'm watchful. I'm careful. A wise man foreseeth the evil and what? Hideth himself. So I'm looking for where the evil is coming from so I can know, oh, time to avoid that. When I'm driving and I see a person doing, man, where was I at? I was out going to these different malls the other day. I was out in these areas I'm not used to really going in. And I'm driving, I'm doing the good old speed limit because I'm not trying to catch no tickets or nothing like that. Here comes this damn Cadillac DeVille on some swingers. And what's he doing? That nigga swinging through these lanes like it's like he was in a boat. But then here come this beat up truck trying to swing with him, and I'm like, okay, your truck all crashed up because you was swinging wrong, right? See, the young me would have been like, oh man, let me swing, like, right? But the old me, the cautious me, the looking for seeing the evil, that's what I did. I tapped that brake, let up off that gas, and let them go. When I see a cat moving through them lanes all crazy, I tap that brake real nice and let them go. When I see a person driving weirdly through the lanes, I let them go, man. I don't gotta hit the gas and speed up and try to keep up with them and do it. I hit the gas, I hit the brake, and I'm like, you can go around me. I'll move over. I see a cat battering down that highway. Guess what I'm doing? Driving Miss Daisy right into the next lane so he can keep going. I'm foreseeing the evil. I'm not running to the first little tramp that looks like she want to give me some play. Hell nah. I know what that life's about. I'm not trying to be caught up with the bros that's out there smelling like a pound. Nope. I know what they on. I'm like, oh, that's what you on? Well, that's not what I'm on. That's gotta be the mode to prevent the Ezekiel situations, the Jeremiah, the things that we read about where the Most High takes that covering away from us, right? Finish it up. Verse 2.
Verse 2.
Depart
from the unjust and
iniquity
shall turn away from thee.
He said, depart from the unjust. Too many times you want to be attached to the wrong thing, and then you wonder, like, damn, man, how'd I get caught up? I don't get it. I'm in the Bible. Then why the hell are you in their front seat? Why are you trying to be around the unjust? Because you know what? You haven't really fully been sealed in your own mind and convinced in your own mind that, wait a minute, this is where I'm supposed to be. Just think about it. Too many innocent victims, or too many people have been innocently victimized. Wrong place, wrong time. Damn, I knew I shouldn't have went down this street. It's like if I was driving down Bissonnette at 4 miles an hour, knowing what, right? Knowing what Bissonnette's about, and it mad as hell because I got pulled over. Like at any time I gotta take Bissonnette, I'm like, gone, Beltway, gone. I'm trying to get from 59 to the Beltway as fast as humanly possible and safe, because in between the Beltway and 59 on Bissonnette is that's the hookers. That's where the women be out walking around butt naked. But if I'm doing 4 miles an hour, what am I asking for? I'm asking to get whoop, 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 pulled over, right? Depart from the unjust. Break away from the mind state. You're not done reading. You're not done reading. Never sit down until I say drop it. Read on.
My son,
right?
sow not upon the
furrows of unrighteousness. Read it again.
My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them
sevenfold. A man will reap what he sows. He said, sow not on the furrows of unrighteousness. Too many times we sit back and we wonder why this death is going out, but look at the people that are being victimized. What are they sowing themselves? What are they sowing in themselves? Or what are they sowing to? They're sowing to unrighteousness. They're living these damn BET lifestyle. So we can't sit here and be marveled. He said, marvel not at the sinners, right? But abide in thy labor, right? You can't be caught up in, damn, why them? Well, you know why them. Look at what they were into. When you were around and attached, look at what that person was on. And that goes for, some of us are getting phone calls of friends getting taken out, family getting taken out. You know, and if you haven't, you might. You might. You might get the phone call, man, such and such passed away. Or usually when a person gets killed, they say he got killed. Right? Pass away is like natural law. He passed away from natural causes. Right?
Con.
But a lot of times some of us gonna get them phone calls, man. You can't sit in your mind like, damn, why them? You know why them. You know their track record. And you know what the Most High's track record is. Right? He's gonna eradicate evil from the land, man. Right? So from there, go to Ecclesiasticus. We can hold that. So go from there. Go to 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 16:63.
2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 63.
Yeah, we're gonna end it right on time. Go ahead.
Surely he knoweth your invention.
Right. So you could title this portion Men's Works. So if you understand the class, we're talking about why people die, why people get killed, the time to kill, well, what incites these things? Well, what you put out there, how you're trying to live, right? The works. What works are you promoting? Right? Go ahead.
And what ye think in your heart.
Go ahead.
Even them that sin, and would hide their sin.
Go ahead.
Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works.
He did what?
Searched out all your works.
See, the Most High is continually searching out our works. He's searching out, think about it. Is it talking about like, oh, let me go look and see what garment she made? Man, Most High got to hop off his throne to come down and see the garment you did? Let me hop down and taste that meal she made. You know, let me pop into the mall. Like the Most High, he gonna pop into the mall and see how you moving with the people. What is he thoroughly searching out? Read.
And he will put you all to shame.
Go ahead.
And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men.
Right.
And your own sins shall be your accusers.
Go ahead.
In that day.
And that day could be any day. Don't we get it? That day can be right now, tomorrow, to next week. Anything can happen to any one of us at any time. But is it going to be because of your sins? Or is it just going to be your time? That's the question I always ask myself. I'm like, damn. So when the Most High is ready to take me, is it going to be because I'm just off? Or is it just going to be my time? The whole time we fighting to stay on point, right? So my mind is, nah, it ain't going to be because I'm doing something wicked. My sins can't, the sins, the old man can't sit there and accuse me of a damn thing. That's what I fight for every day, that the old man ain't going to pop up in the spirit and be like, see, yeah, because he was doing this, and this. The new man is supposed to kill that old man. That old man should never be a witness against you. Go ahead.
Verse 66.
Right.
What will ye do? Or how will ye hide your sins before God and his angels?
Go ahead.
Behold, the Most High himself is the judge.
Read.
Fear him.
He said what?
Fear him.
Go ahead.
Leave off from your sins.
Go ahead.
And forget your iniquities.
Read on.
To meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble.
Yeah, man, because that's what we fighting for, right? To be delivered from trouble, to be set aside, and not have the spirit of death, killing, sweep through our homes, sweep through our cars, sweep through our workplaces. We're trying to fight every day for the Most High to preserve us until he's ready. Don't you see that people's out there dying prematurely? Come on, think about it. The scriptures say Adam set death in his generations. So what does that mean? That we're being taken out prematurely because the things that we do. Remember, the Most High said he takes no pleasure in him that dieth. Right? He said righteousness is immortal. So you just got to think about it. If a cat's living wicked and he dies, he died prematurely. He never got at full potential, or he never got to be able to display the full potential of what he really was. We're causing our own deaths prematurely, man. Right? Go from there. Go to 2 Esdras 9 and 7. Go ahead, Morgan.
2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 7.
Right?
And everyone that shall be saved,
Right?
and shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith.
By his what?
By his works,
Uh-huh.
and by
See
faith.
that? But think about it. Don't we every day escape? I'm sorry. No, every day it's like an escape move. Like, damn, made it through the day. Rakata Yahweh. Right? Then you gotta wake up and Yahweh, save me, protect me, my family, me, my kids, my rib, right? Brothers, like the camp, like you gotta sit there and ask, protect us. Because we know at any moment there could be no ransom for you. At any moment somebody could trade places. You ever saw that movie Trading Places? We rich in the spirit, and at any moment you could be the broke nigga. Broke. No protection. No angels. At any moment. So what's keeping us from escaping? Or what's allowing us to escape daily? Well, what you did for that day. What works is in your mind to do the next day. The Most High don't need you if you ain't gonna put in. Think about it. What does the Most High have to need with a dope dealer? A dope user? Well, the only good that can come from them is when they change. But if they're not willing to change, the Most High don't need that. He said that the wicked is the ransom for the righteous. The only thing they're here for is to prevent the righteous from being wiped out. Y'all see it now? So we got to always sit back and say, damn, well, what part am I playing? Is my works and my faith enough to help me get through the next day? I mean, that's how detrimental it is these days. Where you're not looking at you making plans for next month. Hell, I gotta make it to the next day, bro. What's up?
No, I was gonna say I like what you said, like, because you can't ask like, damn, y'all, why is the wicked around? Well, the wicked is literally just around to die.
Yeah.
They're around to die for you. So when you mess up, it's like, oh, okay, well, nah, let me not kill you. Somebody has to die, but let me not kill you. But I'll just get one of them.
Basically, I'd rather take one of them.
Like, yeah, I'd rather, yeah.
They're the new cattle and bullocks and
Basically they are. They're the sacrifice. Mm-hmm. But this is the point. Are you gonna get took out with them being a sacrifice? The wicked is here to take out the righteous. Don't y'all get it? The wicked is here preying on who? The righteous. Their prey is us, the righteous. They'll prey on each other, but they're able to, the wicked fighting the wicked, that's like, stalemate. Gun versus gun. Who in here got the gun on their hip right now? See my point? So when they start busting, you can't bust back. You can't bust back. All you can do is, damn, Yahweh, please, and pray that pedal and that throttle and that acceleration. You know what I'm saying? All you can use is wisdom in those situations to say, damn, okay, they shooting. What am I doing? What's going on? Right? Been in those situations. Man. They shooting. Okay, what do we do? Well, you can't panic. You got to always stay in the spirit. You got to watch. Unfortunately, you can't just drop to the ground and not understand where things are coming from. You still got to drop and look around and say, okay, where's the shooter? Is he coming? Is he like, you got to, your mind has to now tunnel vision. All what? Keeping the Most High in mind that, okay, if I get up and start running and do the fearful thing, I'm going to catch one in the pack. Right? And who am I with? Damn, I got to make sure that they're good. Like, all these things are supposed to pop in our minds, right? They're supposed to pop in our mind, but that's if we stay in the spirit. Where you at?
Verse 8.
Read on.
Oh, there's a last precept on 7. Whereby ye have believed,
Right.
shall be preserved from the said perils.
Right.
and shall see my salvation in my
You
land.
see that? We're going to be the ones that believed, that had the mark in their forehead that say, you know what? I know I'm done with that old life. I'm good. I don't need to see death and destruction because I know that the Most High got me regardless. I don't have to see the signs and the wonders. This is what I should be doing. The ones that believe, the Most High, like, I got you. Look, you ain't got to go through all that nonsense. You ain't got to deal, that destruction and death ain't got to even come close to you. You're going to be by proxy, and you're going to just hear about things. Heard about such and such? Damn, it's unfortunate. Heard about old girl? Yeah, damn, that's messed up. And then you said that, damn, that could have been me. I was old girl. I was old boy. I was that. But I believed. Go ahead.
Within my borders.
Right.
For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right.
Then shall they be in pitiful case.
Go ahead.
Which now have abused my ways.
See, the ones that abuse the way, no, I'll be a nigga like, oh, no, I love pork. Christmas, sign me up. Go ahead.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
Go ahead.
For such as in their life have received benefits.
You know, the benefit that they received the grace. They received somebody saying, hey, man, you should change your life. They received many chances to repent and do things differently. They didn't. Go ahead.
And have not known me.
Read.
And they that have loathed my law.
Right.
While they had yet liberty.
Go ahead.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
Go ahead.
Understood not.
Right.
But despised it.
Go ahead.
The same must know it after death.
They must what?
They must know it after death.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it until after death.
By pain.
By what?
By pain.
Yeah, bro. They're not going to feel it until after death. They're not going to, they don't care about your words and your good talk. They got to feel that pain in the spirit.
And all this applies to children as well.
You came in late, but this is across the board. In Ezekiel, when he said, go through the city and smite young, old, children, maids, right? He didn't leave nobody out. From the rooter to the tutor could get it, right? Children, old ass men, young women, young men, old women. Everyone was susceptible to this. That's right. The Most High don't care about your cuteness and your age. I keep saying it. He ain't looking at that. He's not looking at, oh, you know, you so handsome and you only 13 or you only 11, you only 8, 9, you know, 5. He don't care. What is your spirit? Disobedience is disobedience. And the Most High, he'll punish disobedience. Now, is he just going to, you know, none of the kids in here are just wicked, right? They do the kid thing. They're disobedient. Sometimes they don't listen. But if y'all don't learn to slow down that disobedience, and if you carry that into your adulthood, then the Most High will kill you. That's just bottom line. Those are the ones out there getting killed. The ones that when they were children, someone was like, hey, you should be a better child, right? They was getting spankings, they was getting talking tos, they was getting all these different things, right? And they said, no, I don't want to hear that. I want to keep being an evil little child. Then they became evil teens, then evil young adults, and then evil adults. A lot of the times they didn't make it past teenagers. You know they kill kids, right? There was a little 16-year-old girl that just got kidnapped in Cali. Y'all heard about that? Little wholesome white girl. She got kidnapped. She was at a party.
Becky.
And guess what they were doing? Yeah, Becky. And guess what they were doing? They were at the party, smoking, drinking, and she left. And someone abducted her, apparently. They can't find her or her vehicle. So don't think because y'all are little kids and small that nobody cares. Y'all are easier. It's easier to take one of y'all. It's easy to abduct you when your parents say, stand right here, and you want to go venture off in the store, and somebody comes up, hey little girl, you like puppies? And then you walk off with him and end up in his van and never see your parents. It can happen. Don't think that y'all ain't stronger than no grown man. Y'all know that, right? You ain't strong. You ain't strong. A grown man will just grab you and take you, just like that.
They did a study, or like a social experiment about that, where the guy would come up with the puppies, and most of those kids went with them.
The coldest one that I saw, I saw an experiment where they had the kid walking in the street, people all around. Somebody came, walked up behind them, snatched them, and walked them into and just ran them into an alley. And you got people like, oh well, and just kept on their way. Nobody cares about y'all. That's what you got to understand. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna save you. When somebody wants to abduct you and do all these weird things, people out there don't care about nothing but themselves. Yeah, they were just grabbing kids and walking them, like running down the alley, a dark ass alley, and people, they would stop and look like, they're like, yeah, I'm not going down there, it's not worth it. And they'd be right back on the phone talking like, yeah, just walk on. Like, no one stopped for the kids. Huh? What you mean? Oh yeah. It ain't my kid, it ain't my child, it ain't my problem. Right? But you got to ask yourself, why would that spirit even want to come at you? Y'all got to start listening. Right? Where we at? Go to Wisdom of Solomon 1:12. Dang. Wisdom of Solomon 1:12. Yep, I got like 3. Read that.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 12.
Right?
Seek not death and the error of your life.
Yeah, we all gonna make errors in life, man, but there's some things that bring straight death onto you. There's errors that can cause death and destruction in your life. Go ahead.
And pull not upon yourselves destruction.
Right. Somebody, no, don't pull that. And you're like, nah, nigga, I'm pulling that. I want that towards me. Don't pull death towards you. This is a person that don't want to hear, that don't want to listen. You're pulling that towards you, and somebody's like, nah, you shouldn't, bruh, you shouldn't live like that. You shouldn't do that.
Let that go.
You need to let that go, right? What verse are you at?
Last precept.
Go ahead.
With the works of your hands.
Right? With the what?
Works of your hands.
Yeah, with your own hands, man. With your works, you pull destruction to you. Go ahead.
For the Most High made not death.
Right?
Neither have he pleasure in the destruction of the living.
Right? Jump down to verse 16.
But ungodly men.
Right?
With their works.
With their what?
Works.
Go ahead.
And words.
And what?
Words.
And what?
Words.
See, the way you talk. Our works and the way we talk. Go ahead.
Called it to them.
You call death. You call these spirits, man. The things we talk about. You call lust to you. You call hate to you. You call envy to you. With your conversation. Go ahead.
For when they thought to have it their friend.
Right?
They consumed to naught.
Yeah, you thought, oh, damn, man. Hey, we friends. How the hell can you make a covenant with death? How is that your friend? How is sin your friend? Yeah, these evil works, man. You know, damn, man, these are my homies right here. The drugs, the guns, the mentality. Those are the homeboys. You thought they were your friend, but think about the people that live and make negative their abode. It says that they consume to nothing. You could literally sit back and say, damn, I'm gonna predict your future. It don't take a rocket science. I mean, what's a dope boy's future? Huh?
Death or jail.
Yeah. The likelihood of them coming out of that life is slim. But just because you come out the life doesn't mean the people that you wronged come about that life. Now you got to fight even harder to do what? Have your enemies be at peace with you, right? You got to fight even harder for the Most High to say, yeah, you deserve you deserve that reprieve. But for the most part, man, cats is making money. They live in that lifestyle. They get to sleep with this chick and be over here in this lane and be in this club and pop this bottle and flash this money and I got the money ear thing and I'm doing all that weird stuff. I get to dress how I want, talk how I want. I'm not giving that up. So usually what happens? They gotta die in that. It's sad, right? Read on.
And made a covenant with it.
Go ahead.
Because they are worthy to take part with it.
Right. Go from there. 902. You can write down Exodus 32 and 22 through 28. Exodus 32, 22 through 28. Right? That was where when they made the golden calf, Most High told Moses, who's with you? Stand on this side. And what happened? So they stood on this side and everybody else was over there. He said, now take out your sword and go kill them. They said what? 3,000 men died that day. Right? Another thing you can write down Numbers 21 and 5 through 6. Numbers 21 and 5 through 6. It said with their words and with their works they called death. When the people murmured, this is when the people murmured and the Most High sent fiery serpents to sting their asses. Right? And the only thing that could save them was what? The obulus? It's the serpent on the pole?
Con.
That's an obulus? What is it called, Mike?
I forget all the time.
Obulus or caduce? I think it's the caduce. There's on the ambulance now. But let me hit this one last scripture. Last point. Repent. Just put repent. Go to Ezekiel 18 and 30. Last point, last scripture. These topics, man, it sucks because it sucks to have to talk about something that we see all the time, so apparent and so, like, the way things be going down is so brazen. It's so, man, it shows you that the Bible ain't no joke. In perilous times, men shall be lovers of themselves, hateful, truce breakers, like all the things that it says in that Timothy's. It's like you like with these deaths and with these murders and with these killings, you're like, dang, these cats ain't got no, like, there's no remorse, there's no honor. Like they say, there's no honor amongst thieves. It's like, damn, there's no code. Y'all see that, right? There's no code out here. There's zero code. Again, remember the code was, I don't kill women. Remember, he's like, I don't kill women and judge them. No, bro, your wife and your child is what they go for. That's the first thing they go for. Why? Because that's how they're going to break you. Right? Your grandmama and them, they going for the weak. That's how they break you. They're not looking at there's no code like, let's deal with the problem. Let's deal with him. Yeah, the one-on-one. I seen two cats on the video. They was getting down at the gas station. They was arguing about something. They ended up boxing. Boom, boom, boom. One dude dropped. He got back up. The dude let him get up. He dropped him. Boom. Then they both grabbed each other and started tussling. Then they both fell. Then they both got up. They looked at each other. They're like, okay, you good? I'm good. They shook it out. They hugged and then they walked off. Bro, that's not happening today. That's not happening. Niggas is pulling out, dumping on your whole family. The dog, your mom, the plants, bro. The fish, everybody is catching it. The whole house, everybody is getting dumped on. They don't care who's in that house. So the plants is definitely gonna get hit. Like, damn, they killed the plants? You know I got the soft spot for the plants, man. Like, damn, they shot the peace lily?
Like, it's still rooted though.
It's still rooted, right?
It's
Come off the leaves, but like, damn, they shot the whole plant up. The chopper, the Draco, right? That's the mind. Like, we about to go get everything. We taking everything. We not leaving nothing breathing. That's the mentality. So we gotta be even more careful, man. How we move in the spirit. Everything that we gotta do. Peter pulled out the knife, pulled out a sword and cut off the servant's ear. Yahweh Shai said, don't you know I could have prayed? and had a greater effect than what the hell you just did? That's our power. Got to remember that. Read this Ezekiel 18:30 so we can get up out of here. Read.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 30.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, I will judge you,
Right?
O house of Israel,
Go ahead.
everyone according to his ways.
See, and this is what we got to remember, man. We all going to get judged according to our works and our words. Read on.
Saith the Most High God.
Right?
Repent.
He said what?
Repent.
Go back. Change. This is what we tell them in the world, right, man? You got to change, man. You shouldn't live like this. Damn, sis, you messing up. Damn, bruh. But we got to make sure that we're in the repentant mode also. Go ahead.
And turn yourselves from all your transgressions.
Go ahead.
So iniquity shall not be your ruin.
You see that? So that our iniquities don't ruin us. We don't pull destruction with the works of our own hands. Go ahead.
Cast away from you all your transgressions.
Right.
Whereby ye have transgressed.
And this is what we got to constantly do daily, man. This is what it is. It's a constant casting away of the negative. Casting away the old man, the old woman, the old child, the old mentality, the old way of doing things. Go ahead.
And make you a new heart.
A new what?
Make you a new heart.
Yeah, we got to think different. Go ahead.
And a new spirit.
Go ahead.
For why will ye die?
Yeah, man. Why? Why will you die? Why will you die that death, man? Right? Why let the Most High just say, you know what? It's like I could just imagine the Most High up there just like, bruh, whatever. Satan is like, what you want me to do? He's like, bruh, wash my hands. Yeah, he's like, it's on you. Why put yourself in those crosshairs? Why tempt the Most High and not just say, you know what? Let me lock in. Let me lock my mind down. Let me lock my thoughts down. Remember, we ain't perfect. Nobody is, and you're always going to be tempted, and we're gonna fall, right? But even in your fall, there got to be some integrity in your fall. Even in the way you get up, got to have a level of integrity where it's like, I'm really trying to get up from this fall, right? So remember, there got to be a level. We got to be conscious the way even the way we fall, man, got to be with some type of dignity, if that makes any sense. But it does, right? Meaning what? David fell. He fell with dignity because in his fall, he didn't deny. He didn't justify. Oh no, that wasn't me. No, well, because Uriah, if he didn't have her, if she wasn't looking so good, and he brought her around, then I wouldn't have tried to sleep with her. But he kept bringing her around, Doc.
Right.
So you just gonna justify yourself all the way to more destruction? No, David said, you know what? It was me. I deserve to die. He fell with dignity, and he was able to now get up. We gotta fall with more dignity and stop falling with denial. Denial and justification. It's like Israel's mantra.
Yes.
Justification, denial, and excuses.
Yes.
And blame, slander. You want to throw your blame on other people and slander other people. Nah, just fall with dignity. Just say you did it. Say it was your fault. Move the hell on. Why will you die, right? Go ahead.
O house of Israel.
Right.
For I have no pleasure in the death of him that died.
Yeah, the Most High say he ain't got pleasure in that because that's not what he created us for. He didn't create us to die. He didn't create us to go out in these streets and get murdered. He didn't create us to be house invaded and cement trucks falling on us and bro, it should be so much. It's so much. He didn't mass shootings. Come on, man. Think about it. You can't go nowhere in public without the threat. Not with the fear, but without the threat of something popping off. Because me, as soon as I hear even just like loud talking, I'm like, uh-oh. Where's that coming from? Body language. I'm looking at body language. I'm looking at where hands are. I'm looking at who's trying to walk up. I'm doing all that. And I'm like, okay. Groceries can wait. All that can wait. I'll be back later. I'm not waiting around to see anything or hear anything. Because, bro, let's be real. People ain't moving around with a full deck. They crazy as hell out here, right? They wicked. They moving around real wicked without a conscience. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord God.
Right.
Wherefore, turn yourselves.
Yeah, man. He said what?
Turn yourselves.
Go ahead.
And live ye.
Yeah. Any questions on that? Like I said, you know, some people are dealing with this now, some people ain't. You know, you might get that phone call one day, family member, friend, this, that. You got to really put it in perspective, and hopefully, just a few of these scriptures help, or will help for the future. So, we definitely thank y'all for joining us online. Please remember, brothers. I need that garment money. Some cats is smart. Some cats is listening. Some cats ain't listening. We need your garment money, bro chachos. Here's the stitch. Here's the situation. Remember, you got to travel to VA. So if you're not putting something to the side to be able to have travel arrangements, you're gonna be. We don't want you to miss the day because of not prepping. You know what I mean? So keep all those things in mind. Travel. We want everybody to be able to go. Yeah, if you got to be at work. First of all, that day, everything's closed that day. But remember, take the time off. It's a good enough time to be able to enjoy. It sucks when you fly in Sunday and fly out Sunday. You got to be back at work on Sunday. Hey, some cats is living like that. You fly in Sunday, fly out Sunday. They got to be at work at Sunday. Like, what the hell?
So they call those the red eye flights?
Yeah, so you on that red eye both ways? Bro, you got red eyes for real. So remember, we're trying to just ensure that there is adequate time for garments to be made. The sisters got to travel to VA too. They can't do garments on the road. So take 2 days away from travel for garments to be made. So get it in, man. You can cash at me. You can Zelle, label it. You can cash. You can hit the sisters up in VA and get it to them. Also, whatever y'all sent me, I just been storing it. That way, when I get a good, like, if I get 300 from each bro, then I'll send them 300 so they can say, okay, this brother got 3, this brother got 3. So, please be mindful of what we're trying to do. All right. If anybody want to help out with any arms, put that arms flyer up again. Them arms is. If y'all want to help out with anything, please, you can send it. You send it to these different places for these different things. But with that, let's say shalom to everybody online. Shalom. Shalom. We'll see y'all next time.